Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Thank you all for your love and your support. I really appreciate you all. So in today's video I'll be showing you guys how I'll be making my own version of Edikangikong. All my sister in the house that know about Edikangikong, please do not judge me on this. This is the way I make my own. Okay, as I always tell you guys, make your food the way you enjoy it with your family. Okay, so this is my own version of Edikangikong. So let's get into the video. If you are new to my channel, you like what you see, do not forget to subscribe to see more recipe and more videos. So first thing I'm going to boil my meat. So I've already washed all my meat behind the camera. So that is beef, and this is goat meat on the skin. I'm very lucky to get this goat meat on the skin, trust me guys. So I also have a body. This is a body. If you don't have a body, you can use shaki, you can use any meat of your choice. Okay, you can use cow foot as well. So I have my onions. I'm going to be adding my onions. I also have one crayfish Maggi. You can use any seasoning cube of your choice. I'm also going to be adding Aromat to taste. If you don't have Aromat, you can use salt to taste. And you can get this Aromat on Amazon, in case you are wondering where you can get it from. I'm going to add water. I'm going to stir it nicely and cover it to cook. I'm going to cook it till the meat is soft to my taste. So guys, my meat is ready. I'm going to take it out from the stock, and as you guys see the stock, I'll be using some of the stock and I'll be keeping some for jollof rice. But I'm not going to make the jollof rice in this video. I'm just telling you what I'm going to be using the excess for the stock for later on in the day, maybe tomorrow or next week. Yeah. So guys, I've taken out my beef and the goat meat and their body. This is it, and that is the stock there. So now this is my water leaf, and this is my ugu. I only bought one bunch of ugu, and this one I just pack it you know. So I've taken the stick out, you know, even the same with the ugu I have. And this water leaf is very expensive. It's very I have some here as well. I'm going to add. Can you guys see? I think the guy charged me almost £15. What I normally get in my mother's backyard for free of charge, they are charging me a lot here. So yeah, that is my water leaf. I'm going to wash and chop. I'm also going to wash my ugu, but I'm going to show you guys the rest of the ingredients before we start. So I also have prawns. This is fresh prawns I'll be using. You can use dry prawn if you like, but I'll be using fresh one. I also have grilled fish. As you guys can see, this fish is nice and fresh. Yes, this is croaker. I bought it fresh and I cut it, I season it with salt, and I grill it in the oven myself. So I'll be using it. You can use any dry fish of your choice. Okay, I'll be using palm oil. I'll be using Maggi crayfish. I used one earlier to boil the meat. I'll be using this. I'll be using Aromat to replace for salt. If you don't have Aromat, you can use salt. And these are my peppers. I have 3 Scotch bonnets. It's very spicy. You can use any spicy pepper, or what I'm trying to say is you can use maybe 1 or 2. It depends on your taste of spice. So I'm also going to be using the 3 sweet red long pepper and 1 bell pepper. I'm going to be using 2 onions. I'll use 1 to blend with the peppers, and I'll also use 1 to make it. I'll show you guys when I'm doing it, but I'll be using 1 to blend with the pepper, and I'll be using this separate with the the palm oil later. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash my pepper and chop it, and before blending, let me show you guys. So I finished chopping the pepper and the onions. I'm going to go and blend it. And the reason why I chop it like this, because my food processor is not working at the moment. So I'm going to be using blender. I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of water. If you are using food processor, you don't need to add water because we don't want water. But because for my blender to be able to blend it, I need to add a little bit of water. So I will see you guys when I finish blending this peppers and onions. So I finished blending and I'm sifting it because I add a little bit of water. As I said, if you use food processor, you don't need this headache I'm doing. You don't have to sift it because you won't be adding water and there won't be any water. But because of the recipe I'm doing, I don't want the pepper to have any water. So that is that. I'm going to leave this aside. So I'm going to pour palm oil. I think it's too much. Let me take some out. We don't want too much oil because the country where I live is cold. That's why the palm oil is sleep. So I'm going to allow that to get hot. So I'm going to add, I didn't show you guys Iro earlier. This is optional. You don't have to add Iro, but if you want Iro, you can add Iro or ogiri. I don't know much about ogiri because I've never used it to cook. So I'm going to add Iro, and the onions I showed you guys earlier. I show you guys 2 onions. I use one to blend with the peppers, and this is one I chopped. I'm going to be using. And the fish I also showed you guys earlier that I grill. I just take out the bones. So I'm going to pour everything at the same time. So I'm going to be adding 1 crayfish Maggi that I showed earlier, so everything can cook together. So I'm going to allow this to cook for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, 3 to 5 minutes. So this is 3 minutes later. Can you guys see? So I'm going to add the meat, the boiled meat. So now I'm going to add the pepper I blend that I sieved earlier. Going to add everything. I think it's yummy, 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 for extra yummy. So I'm going to mix together. Okay. So I'm going to close this to cook for about 10 minutes. And while this is cooking, I'm going to go and wash my vegetables. So I have my prawns here I showed earlier. So I just add a little bit of Aromat and I mix it. So I'm going to be making this in the microwave. This is optional. You can just add it to the sauce you are making on the cooker. But I want to pre-cook it in the microwave. So I finished rinsing the vegetables behind the camera. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut it. And I didn't mention it earlier, if you want to cook these vegetables and if you can't find this water leaf, you can use spinach. It's very similar to spinach, yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna cut it again. That's it. So this is the ugu. So I'm going to cut it very small. Ugu is very hard to cut. It's not like it's very hard to cook, but it's very hard. It's not soft like the water leaf, you know. And if you don't know what water leaf is, if you have cooked spinach before, or you've chopped spinach before, it's just the same, really similar. You guys see that? Okay, so I've been stirring on the sauce. I've been stirring on it behind the camera, yeah. So this about almost 15 minutes now, to be honest, almost 15 minutes. And this is the prawn I pre-cook in the microwave. As I said earlier, you don't have to use microwave. Those of you that you don't like using microwave, you can just add it to the meat and let everything cook together. And the best prawn to use for this recipe is dry one. But trust me, because I live in Obodo Imbo, all the one I see, they don't, you know now, if you say you want to get all the ingredients before you make Nigeria dish, trust me, you will never eat Nigerian dish, because there's no way you can find exactly what you can get in Nigeria. There's no way you can. I mean, you can get it, but some of it, even though you get it, it doesn't look the same, you know. So now I'm going to add the water leaf. I don't like cooking and see my cooker being dirty. I don't know why. So this is the water leaf. I'm going to add my water leaf. It smells so good, the sauce. It smells so good with all the goat meat, all the iru and their body. Okay, so now I'm going to add the ugu. So I'm going to close it to cook for about 7 minutes, and I'll be mixing it. So this is about 5 minutes later. I'm going to check it. Yeah, you guys see that? Oh, delicious. I think I'm going to leave it for another 3 minutes and then it's ready. And you guys will be wondering, I didn't even taste it for salt, because when I was making the sauce, I tasted behind the camera and I see that it was well seasoned. But now I'm going to taste it again after I add the vegetables, whether it will need more seasoning. Let me taste it. Let's see. Yeah. It needs more seasoning. I'm going to add half of the chicken, the Maggi crayfish. And you guys remember, I did not use the stock. Let's say I use the stock, I won't be needing another one. So I'll be using half to add it. Because it needs seasoning, it doesn't need salt or aromats, trust me. So I'm gonna mix it together and leave it for about 2 minutes, and then my Edikangikong, in my own version of Edikangikong, okay? Because if I say I want to make the original organic Edikangikong, trust me, I won't. They don't have all the ingredients. You hardly see it here. I was even lucky to find the water leaf. Okay, so let's see it now.